Hi, let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a restaurant in the United States, sat at the table, looked at the menu, and suddenly felt lost? You studied English. You know some words. But in that moment, your mind feels empty. The waiter is coming. They are smiling. And you think, oh no, what do I say? If this has happened to you, you are not alone. And this episode is for you. Today, we are going straight to what really matters. No hard grammar, no big words, just real English. The English people use in real restaurants. By the end of this episode, you will know what to say, how to say it, and when to say it. You will feel calm. You will feel more confident. And you will stop translating every word in your head. Hi, I'm Liz, and this is my daily English podcast. Before we continue, I want to know you better. Please leave a comment and tell me, what is your biggest problem with English? How long have you been studying English? And where are you from? I read your comments. I really want to know my audience. Okay, let's begin. Now, listen carefully. Many people think English at a restaurant is only about food words, like chicken, salad, pasta, or pizza. But that is not the real problem. The real problem is not knowing what happens first, not knowing what comes next. When you understand the order of things, you feel more relaxed. You feel more ready. You feel more in control. So today, I'm going to walk with you step by step. From the moment you arrive at the restaurant until the moment you are ready to order. You are doing great. Feeling nervous is normal. Many learners feel the same way. Let's imagine this together. You walk into a restaurant. The first person you see is usually the host or hostess. They stand near the door. They look at you and say something simple like, "Hi, welcome," or "Hello." Then they ask a very common question. How many people? This question is easy, but many learners feel scared. So let's make it very simple. You answer with a short phrase. If you are alone, you say, "Just one." If you are with another person, you say, "Two, please." If you are with more people, you say, "It's three," or "four." Notice something important. Native speakers like short answers. They don't use long sentences. They speak simply. And that's what you are learning now. After that, the host may ask, "Do you have a reservation?" A reservation means you called or booked before. If you have one, you can say, "Yes, I do. It's under Anna." If you don't have one, that's okay. You can say, "No, we don't." That is enough. No extra words, no explanation. You are communicating clearly. Next, the host usually says, "Right this way," or "Please follow me." This means they are taking you to your table. At this moment, you don't need to say much, but it is polite to say, "Thank you," or simply, "Thanks." Short, natural, perfect. You sit down at the table. After a short time, a server comes to you. This person may say, "Hi, my name is John. I'll be your server." Or, "Hi, how are you today?" This question is very common. "How are you?" is usually just a greeting. You don't need a long answer. You can say, "I'm good, thanks," or "Good, thank you." That is more than enough. Then the server usually asks the first important question. "Can I get you something to drink?" This is where many learners feel nervous again. But don't worry, we are going to make this easy. Common drinks are water, soda, coffee, tea, juice. You can say, "Water, please," "Soda, please," "Coffee, please." In the United States, water is often free. If you want water, you can say, "Just water, please." If tap water is okay for you, you can say, "Tap water is fine." This sounds natural. This sounds confident. You are doing great. Now, here is something important. After drinks, the server will ask more questions. And this is where many learners get confused. Questions like, "Are you ready to order? Do you need more time? Would you like an appetizer?" Don't worry. In the next part, I will teach you how to answer these questions. How to ask for more time. how to sound polite and relaxed. Stay with me. You are learning real English, and you are doing an amazing job. In the first part, we talked about arriving at the restaurant, talking to the host, sitting down, and ordering drinks. Now, let's move to the moment that makes many learners nervous. The moment when the server looks at you and asks, "Are you ready to order?" This simple question can feel scary, but today it won't, because you are going to learn exactly how to answer it. Let's start with something very important. In a restaurant, you don't need to be ready fast. It is completely normal to need more time. Native speakers do this all the time. So if the server asks, "Are you ready to order?" and you are not ready, you can say, "Not yet." That's it. Or if you want to be a little more polite, you can say, "Not yet, thank you." Another very common and natural answer is, "Can we have a few more minutes?" This sentence is very useful. It means, "Please give us more time." You can also say, "Just a minute, please." All of these answers are polite. All of them are natural. You don't need to explain anything. This feeling is normal. Many learners feel the same. Now, let's imagine the server comes back. They look at you and say again, "Are you ready?" This time, you are ready. So what do you say? You can say something very simple. "Yes." Or a little more natural. "Yes, we're ready." Or even, "Yes, I think so." Native speakers often say, "I think so," to sound softer. Now comes the menu. Menus in the United States are usually divided into parts. Let's talk about the most common ones. First, appetizers. Appetizers are small dishes. People eat them before the main food. Common appetizers are fries, salad, soup, bread wings. If the server asks, "Would you like an appetizer?" and you don't want one, you can say, "No, thank you." If you want one, you can say, "Yes." Or more natural, "Yes, we'll have the fries." Next comes the main dish. This is the main food. Chicken, beef, fish, pasta, burger, pizza. Now, this is very important. When you order food in English, you don't say, "I want," that sounds too strong. Instead, native speakers say, "I'll have." This is one of the most important phrases in a restaurant. Let's practice it in your mind. "I'll have the chicken." "I'll have the burger." "I'll have the pasta." This sounds polite. This sounds natural. You can also say, "I'd like the salmon." "I'd like" is also very common. Now, sometimes the server will ask questions about your food. For example, "How would you like that cooked?" This question is common for meat. They may ask, "Rare, medium, or well done." If you don't understand, that's okay. You can say, "Medium, please." Or you can ask, "What do you recommend?" This is a great sentence. Servers love this question. What do you recommend? It means, what is good here? Sometimes the server may ask about sides. Sides are small foods that come with your meal. For example, "Would you like fries or salad?" You just choose one. You can say, "Fries, please," or "Salad, please." Short answers are perfect. Now let's talk about common problems. What if you don't understand the menu? This happens a lot. You can say, "Sorry, what is this?" Or, "Can you explain this?" Or even, "Is this spicy?" These questions are very normal. You don't need perfect English. You just need clear English. Another common situation. The server speaks fast. You don't understand. You can say, "Sorry, can you say that again?" Or, "Can you speak more slowly, please?" This is polite. This is normal. Never feel bad about asking. You are learning. You're doing great. Now, here's a very important tip. Always listen for this question. "Anything else?" This means, do you want more food or drinks? If the answer is no, you say, "That's all." Or, "No, that's it." If the answer is yes, you say what you want. In the next part, we're going to talk about special requests, changes, diet food, and problems with your order. Things like no onions, no cheese, too cold, too salty. Wrong order, these things happen, and you will learn how to handle them calmly and politely. In the last part, we talked about ordering food, answering questions, choosing appetizers, main dishes, and sides. Now, let's talk about something that happens very often in real restaurants: special requests. This is where many English learners feel nervous. They worry about sounding rude. They worry about using the wrong words. But don't worry, I'll show you how to do this simply and politely. Let's start with a very common situation. You like the dish, but you want a small change. Maybe you don't like onions. Maybe you don't eat cheese. Maybe you want less salt. In English, there is a very polite way to ask for changes. You use the phrase, "Can I have?" without. For example, "Can I have the burger without onions?" "Can I have the salad without cheese?" This sentence is very common. It sounds polite. It sounds natural. You can also say, "No onions, please." "No cheese, please." Short sentences are okay. Now let's talk about diet and food needs. This is very important. Maybe you don't eat meat. Maybe you don't eat sugar. Maybe you can't eat certain foods. You can say, "I don't eat meat." "I'm vegetarian." "I don't eat pork." If you have a food allergy, you can say, "I'm allergic to nuts." "I can't eat dairy." These sentences are very important for your safety. You don't need perfect grammar. You need clear words. Servers are used to this. They hear it every day. Now, sometimes the server will ask you questions. They may say, "Is everything okay so far?" This is a common question. If everything is good, you can say, "Yes, everything is great." Or, "It's good, thank you." If something is not okay, it is okay to say it. Many learners think they should stay quiet, but it's better to speak. Let's talk about problems with food. Sometimes the food is too cold. Sometimes it's too salty. Sometimes it's not what you ordered. This happens to everyone, even native speakers. The key is to stay calm and polite. For example, you can say, "Sorry, this is cold," or "Sorry, this is not what I ordered." Starting with sorry makes your sentence sound softer. You can also say, "Excuse me, I think there is a mistake." That sentence is very polite. Now, imagine this situation. You ordered chicken, but the server brings fish. You can say, "Excuse me, I ordered the chicken." That's it. You don't need to explain more. Another common situation. The food is good, but you need something. Maybe you need more water. Maybe you need napkins. Maybe you need ketchup. You can say, "Can I have some water? Can I get more napkins? Can I have ketchup, please?" These are normal requests. You are not bothering anyone. Now, let's talk about checking on you. Servers often come back and ask, "How is everything?" This question is very common. If you like the food, you can say, "It's really good." "It's great, thank you." If you don't like it, you can be honest. You can say, "It's a little cold." "It's a bit salty." Be calm, be polite. This feeling is normal. Many learners feel nervous speaking up, but you are doing great. Now, something very important. In American restaurants, servers are usually friendly. They may talk a little. They may smile a lot. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be polite. Even simple English works. Now let's talk about finishing your meal. When you are done eating, the server may ask, "Can I get you anything else?" This means, "Do you want more food or drinks?" If you don't want anything else, you can say, "No, thank you." If you want dessert or coffee, you can say so. In the next part, we're going to talk about dessert, the check, paying, and tipping. This is very important in the United States. Many learners feel confused here. But after the next part, you won't. Stay with me. You are learning English for real life. And you are doing an excellent job. Now we are in the final moments of the restaurant experience. This part is very important because many learners feel confused here. Dessert, the check, paying, and tipping. Let's go slowly and clearly, step by step. After you finish your main dish, the server usually comes back to the table. They may smile and ask, "Would you like dessert?" Or, "Can I get you the dessert menu?" This is very normal. If you don't want dessert, you don't need to explain. You can simply say, "No, thank you." This is polite. This is common. This sounds natural. If you want dessert, you can say, "Yes, please." Or a little more complete. "Yes, I'd like to see the dessert menu." Now let's talk about desserts in the United States. Very common desserts are chocolate cake, cheesecake, apple pie, ice cream, brownies, cookies. Sometimes the dessert is big. Many people like to share. You can say, "We'll share the cheesecake." Or, "Can we share this?" Sharing dessert is very common in American restaurants. To order dessert, you use the same phrases you already learned. "I'll have the cheesecake." "I'd like the apple pie." You don't need new grammar. You just reuse what you already know. This is how English really works. After dessert, or if you decide not to have dessert, the server will ask about the check. They may say, "Can I get you the check?" Or, "Would you like the bill?" Check and bill mean the same thing. They are asking if you are ready to pay. If you are ready, you can say, "Yes, please." If you want to stay a little longer, you can say, "Not yet." Both answers are okay. Now let's talk about paying, because this part can feel stressful. In the United States, you usually pay at the table. The server brings the check to you. You look at it calmly. You check the total. You don't need to rush. You can pay with a credit card, a debit card, or cash. If you pay with a card, you put your card inside the check folder. The server takes it and comes back with a receipt. If you pay with cash, you leave the money on the table. Sometimes you are eating with friends or family. In this case, the server may ask, "Together or separate?" This question is very common. Together means one check for everyone. Separate means each person pays their own check. You can answer, "Together," or "Separate, please." Both answers are short and natural. Now we need to talk about tipping. This is very important in the United States. In many countries, tipping is optional. In the US, tipping is expected. Servers often earn a big part of their money from tips. A normal tip is between 15% and 20% of the total bill. If the service was good, you tip. If the service was okay, you still tip. This is part of the culture. Many restaurants help you with tipping. On the check, you may see tip suggestions. For example, 15%, 18%, 20%. This makes things easier. You don't need to talk about the tip. You just leave it. If you pay with a card, you write the tip amount on the receipt. If you pay with cash, you leave extra money on the table. Before you leave, the server usually comes back one last time. They may say, "Thank you," or "Thanks for coming in," or "Have a great day." You can answer with something simple and friendly. You can say, "Thank you," "Have a nice day," or "Thanks, you too." That's perfect. Now take a moment and think. At the beginning, restaurants felt stressful. Too many questions, too many small conversations. But now you understand the full experience. You know what happens when you arrive. You know what to say when you order. You know how to ask for changes. You know how to pay and tip. You are not guessing anymore. This feeling is normal. Many learners start scared, but now you are calm. You are prepared. And that's real progress. In the next and final part, we will review everything, practice full restaurant conversations from start to finish, and help you feel confident using English in any restaurant situation. Stay with me. You're almost there. And you are doing an amazing job. This last part is about confidence. It's about helping your brain feel safe when you speak English in a restaurant. And it's about connecting everything you learned into one clear experience. So let's slow down, breathe, and walk through everything one more time. Imagine this clearly. You walk into a restaurant in the United States. The door opens. You see the host. They smile and greet you. They ask how many people are with you. You answer calmly, "Just one," or "Two, please." Your voice feels steady. You are not rushing. You are not afraid. They ask about a reservation. You answer yes or no. Then they take you to your table. You follow them. You sit down. And here's the difference now. You are not confused. You are not guessing. You know the process. The server comes to your table. They say hello. They ask how you are. You answer naturally. I'm good, thanks. You don't overthink it. Then comes the drink order. You already know this part. Water, please. Coffee, please. Just water is fine. This feels easy now. And that matters. Now the menu is in your hands. The server asks if you are ready to order. Your mind stays calm. If you need time, you say it. Not yet. Can we have a few more minutes? You are not embarrassed, because now you know this is normal. If you are ready, you say so. Yes, we're ready. You are leading the moment. You look at the menu. You choose your food. You don't try to build perfect sentences. You use simple, strong English. I'll have the chicken. I'd like the burger. If you want to change, you ask politely. No onions, please. Can I have this without cheese? You don't apologize for speaking. You communicate. And that's enough. The server asks questions. You don't panic. If you don't understand, you ask. Sorry, can you say that again? Is this spicy? What do you recommend? These questions are powerful. They show confidence, not weakness. The food arrives. The server checks on you. They ask if everything is okay. If it is, you say so. It's really good, thank you. If something is wrong, you speak calmly. Sorry, this is cold. Excuse me, I think this is not what I ordered. You are polite. You are clear. This is real-life English. You eat, you relax. You enjoy the moment. You are present. Then the server asks about dessert. You decide without pressure. Yes, I'd like dessert. Or, no thank you. If you share, you say it. We'll share the cheesecake. You sound natural, because now it is natural. Then comes the check. The server asks if you are ready to pay. You say yes. You look at the bill. You understand what to do. Card or cash. Together or separate. No confusion, no stress. You leave a tip, because you understand the culture now. You don't feel awkward. You feel informed. You feel respectful. And then you leave the restaurant. The server says goodbye. You answer with ease. Thank you. Have a nice day. And when you walk out, something feels different. You didn't just eat. You used English. And nothing bad happened. That experience changes your brain. Now let me tell you something important. Fluency is not fast speech. Fluency is not big words. Fluency is feeling calm when you speak. Fluency is trusting simple sentences. Fluency is knowing what to say next. And today, you built that skill. Many learners think they need years to feel confident. But confidence grows in moments like this. One restaurant, one conversation, one clear sentence. This feeling is normal. Many learners feel scared at first. But fear fades when you understand the situation. And now, you do. You are not perfect. You don't need to be. You are learning, and you are moving forward. You're doing amazing. Before we finish, I want to thank you. Thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for trusting this process. Thank you for choosing to improve. If this episode helped you, please subscribe to the channel. It helps more learners find this podcast. Leave a like if you enjoyed learning today. And turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode. And please leave a comment. Tell me where you're listening from. Tell me how long you've been studying English. Tell me what part of the restaurant experience feels hardest for you. I read your comments. I care about your progress. I'm Liz, and this is my daily English podcast. Keep practicing. Keep listening. Keep believing in yourself. Your English is growing, and I'll see you in the next episode.